The GCV pricing revolution that changes everything. Let me explain why global consensus value is the most revolutionary concept in cryptocurrency history. Every other digital currency relies on speculative exchange pricing. Bitcoin's value fluctuates based on whale manipulation, market sentiment, and trading bot algorithms. Ethereum's price swings wildly based on network congestion and institutional buying patterns. Pi Network just said, forget all that, and created something unprecedented. Community-determined pricing based on real-world utility instead of speculation. Here's how GCV works. The Pi Network community collectively agrees on Pcoin's value for actual commerce, not trading, not speculation, for buying real products from real merchants who accept it as legitimate payment. But here's what makes this absolutely brilliant. GCV pricing eliminates the volatility that kills crypto commerce. When you buy a motorcycle with Bitcoin, the price could change 20%, between deciding to purchase and completing the transaction. With GCV pricing, the community has agreed on stable value that merchants and customers can rely on. This isn't just technical innovation, it's economic revolution. Pi Network created the world's first cryptocurrency, with price stability based on community consensus instead of market manipulation. The merchants leading the commerce revolution, while crypto Twitter debates which exchange will list their favorite altcoin next, real businesses are already building the post-speculation economy on Pi Network. Omenda Pi Pays and Kawamua VIPi aren't just accepting Pcoin as payment, they're restructuring their entire business models around GCV pricing. Cars, motorcycles, consumer electronics, household items, digital services, entire catalogs converted to community consensus pricing. Think about the courage this requires. These merchants are abandoning traditional pricing models that rely on fiat currency stability to embrace a completely new economic paradigm based on community agreement. But here's what this reveals about Pi Network's real-world traction. These aren't desperate businesses trying experimental payment methods. These are forward-thinking enterprises that recognize Pi Network's 50+ million user base represents the future of digital commerce. And the precedent they're setting is explosive. Every successful GCV transaction proves that community-controlled pricing works for real-world commerce. Every satisfied customer becomes evidence that speculative exchange rates aren't necessary for cryptocurrency adoption. This is how economic revolutions actually happen, not through institutional adoption or celebrity endorsements, but through real people buying real products with better systems. Before we dive into why this commerce model could make Amazon and traditional e-commerce platforms obsolete, and trust me, the Web3 implications of community-controlled pricing will blow your mind. Smash that like button if you're seeing how Pi Network is building the future of commerce while everyone else builds speculation platforms, and subscribe to TJ Crypto World for the commerce revolution coverage that mainstream crypto channels completely ignore. Now let me show you how this connects to the biggest shift in internet architecture since social media. The Web3 commerce model that threatens everything. Here's why Pi Network's GCV commerce integration represents the first successful implementation of true Web3 economics. Traditional e-commerce relies on centralized platforms that extract value at every step. Amazon takes percentages, payment processors charge fees, banks collect transaction costs, currency exchanges skim spreads. By the time a transaction completes, multiple intermediaries have extracted value from both merchant and customer. Pi Network's GCV system eliminates all of that. Direct peer-to-peer transactions, community consensus pricing, zero intermediary extraction. Merchants keep more profit. Customers pay fair prices determined by collective agreement instead of corporate algorithms. But the revolutionary element isn't just the efficiency, it's the power structure. In traditional commerce, pricing power belongs to corporations and speculators. In Pi Network's GCV system, pricing power belongs to the community that actually uses the currency. This isn't just better commerce, it's democratized economics. The people who participate in the economy control its fundamental parameters instead of surrendering that power to Wall Street manipulation. Beyond speculation, the utility revolution. While other cryptocurrencies chase exchange listings and institutional approval, Pi Network is solving crypto's fundamental adoption problem, the lack of real-world utility. Bitcoin's primary use case remains speculation and store of value. Ethereum serves primarily as fuel for complex DeFi protocols that most people can't access or understand. Even major altcoins struggle to demonstrate practical utility beyond trading. Pi Network's GCV commerce proves that cryptocurrency can function as practical money for everyday transactions. Not just digital gold, not just DeFi collateral, actual spendable currency that works better than traditional payment systems. But here's the strategic insight that most analysts miss. Real-world utility creates sustainable adoption loops. When people use P-Coin to buy motorcycles, they need more P-Coin for future purchases. When merchants accept GCV pricing, they need P-Coin liquidity for business operations. This creates genuine economic demand instead of speculative trading demand. And genuine economic demand builds sustainable value that survives market crashes and trading manipulation. Pi Network isn't just building a cryptocurrency, they're building an economy. The community-driven future of money. The most revolutionary aspect of Pi Network's commerce breakthrough isn't the technology, it's the governance model. Traditional currencies are controlled by central banks and governments. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are influenced by miners and large holders. Even decentralized platforms often concentrate power among technical elites and early investors. Pi Network's GCV pricing puts economic control in the hands of the community that actually uses the currency for real transactions. Not speculators, not institutions, not technical gatekeepers. Regular people who buy real products from real merchants. This represents a fundamental shift in monetary philosophy. Instead of currency value being determined by scarcity, speculation, or central authority, value emerges from collective agreement among actual users, and the early results are proving the model works. Successful transactions, satisfied merchants, growing adoption, community consensus holding stable despite external market volatility. Pi Network is demonstrating that money can be both decentralized and democratically controlled, a combination that traditional finance and existing cryptocurrencies have never achieved. If this investigation into Pi Network's commerce revolution opened your eyes to the future of community-controlled economics, here's what I need you to do right now. Hit that like button. It tells YouTube that real-world crypto adoption matters more than speculative trading content, and it helps us reach people who want to understand how blockchain technology actually serves human needs. Subscribe to TJ Crypto World and ring that notification bell. We're the only channel tracking the economic revolutions that will reshape how humans interact with money and commerce in the digital age. Comment below. Do you think community consensus pricing could work for other cryptocurrencies? Or is Pi Network's integrated user base the key ingredient? Your insights help shape our future commerce investigations. Thank you for joining this investigation into cryptocurrency's first successful transition from speculation to real-world commerce. Your engagement and thoughtful discussions help us explore how blockchain technology can actually improve human economic relationships instead of just creating new trading instruments. If Pi Network's community-controlled commerce model inspired you, you'll be fascinated by my recent deep dive into how Helium Network is rebuilding global telecommunications infrastructure through community ownership. Another example of decentralized technology serving real human needs instead of just generating trading profits. Click the video appearing on your screen now for exclusive analysis of physical infrastructure tokenization. Remember, the most important developments in cryptocurrency aren't happening on exchanges or in trading charts. They're happening in real businesses serving real customers with better economic models than traditional systems provide. Keep exploring the utility over speculation, keep supporting projects that serve human needs over profit extraction, and keep building the economic systems that will empower communities instead of enriching intermediaries. This is TJ Crypto World, and I'll see you in the next economic revolution.